In total, I have tried to start 3 Q&As on this channel over the course of the year. One of them was for my 900 subscriber special, but that was cut due to the shortage of comments. The other one I started in January this year, but by that point I was burnt out making general YouTube videos and wanted a break. So finally, for the third time, I gave my 20,000 subscribers in spring a video to come with the questions. And oh boy, I got quite a lot. So finally, after months and even a year of waiting, the official Sournale Q&A is here. So without further ado, let's go down the YouTube comment section and answer some questions. What editing software do you use, and what inspires you? I use iMovie as my main editing tool. This might come off as surprising, as iMovie is not really the first thing you think of when talking about my videos. And yeah, it's not hard to see why. iMovie isn't really designed for my type of video editing, but nonetheless, it was free, and honestly, I don't know where I would be in life without this app. As for what inspires me, I don't really have a solid inspiration that I use for my videos. Though in terms of editing, I like to stick close to the editing style of Ter, a close online friend of mine that we both met back in 2020. What is your process on script writing, and how do you know where to start? I start by writing a description for the video. After that, I proceed to play up to 3 to 5 games of the topic and write about the games after I play it. Then I write the conclusion of said video, and then I'm done for the day. Will you start making gameplay videos or reacting to videos, or are you just gonna stick to what you are doing? I'm most likely gonna stick to what I'm doing and continue to talk about mobile games for the time being. Though with that being said, I have made a gameplay and reaction video before. This can be seen in my alternative and others tab if you wish to see those videos. What's your least favorite horror game you have ever played or seen? If I had to choose, it would probably be the Train 666 game from my horror video I did in November. There really just wasn't anything to it. It was boring, slow, and it all around just wasn't scary at all. What do you think propelled your channel in the first place? And will you do more clone reviews in the future? I can only assume that the Teletubbies video is what made my channel blow up, and for good reason. And yes, I do plan to continue to talk about clones in the future. I am at the point though where I'm running out of ideas of clones to talk about. So when I eventually run out of all the popular clones, I'll probably start to review games outside of the App Store. Will there be another Half-Life 2 facts? And how did you come up with the facts for the first one? It can be seen in the beginning of the intro and the description, but it was inspired by Pinsplash, who surprisingly is still continuing the Half-Life facts series. But no, there probably won't be another video like that. When will the next Gimmelgorgs episode come out? There is no release date for the final episode of the Gimmelgorgs, but I will reassure you that it is going to be released someday. For those of you that don't know, from March to December 2021, I made episodes about a family of 3 called the Gimmelgorgs. The family, however, is dumb, wacky, and goes on really strange adventures, so I recommend giving it a watch. How did you and Tara meet? To answer that question, I would have to go way back a few years ago, before I even got to meet Tara up to that point. But I won't bore you with the details. To simplify, in August 2020, I talked about one of my friend's films, Feast, which was made by Dafflippy Tomato. Upon going on his channel, I noticed that there was this terror guy in the comments. I decided to go check it out, and realized that he also had a film similar to Feast's. So a couple days later after my first public video, I decided to make a review on that too, which got his attention in the comments. The day the video was released, we added each other on Discord, and the rest is history. How long does it take to edit a video? At max, it can take up to 6 to 8 days to complete a single video, but on a normal 10-minute video that I don't spend much time on, it can actually just take 4. Interestingly, when I was still at school, I would make videos during class time, so that was fun. What type of essay videos do you plan on doing in the future? My ultimate plan in the future is to make more videos like Lessons from the Villain or Teletubbies is a Broken Masterpiece. However, those take time and I still want to upload weekly, so for now, I'm just gonna stick to reviewing mobile games. Will you ever make a Discord server? What made you start YouTube? And will you make a game rated on SCP? No, I will not be making a Discord server, mainly because I'm awful at moderating and it seems just too hectic. As for what made me start YouTube, there isn't actually really anything from what I can remember that made me want to do YouTube. I just remember that I was annoyed in 2017 that I couldn't comment on videos, so I got me and my dad to make an account for me, and yeah, Sournale was brought to life. And no, I won't review an SCP game. I do have videos about it on my channel though if you want to see that. Could you start doing tutorials soon? No. Truth be told, my way of editing is actually fairly easy. The problem isn't that it's hard to make, it's just really time consuming. How long does it take to make some of your longer videos, specifically the one about Teletubbies? You can see in the description, but the Teletubbies video took 2 months and 3 weeks to make. The villain video I made just took a solid month to make though, January 24th to February 28th. Are you planning on making a different upload schedule? Yes. By the end of 2022, I don't think I'll be uploading every single Sunday anymore. It's convenient and gets the channel growing, but 7 days isn't really enough to make the videos I truly want to make. I'll probably stop uploading weekly once I hit 100k subs. How do you record your videos? I use the screen recorder on my iPad Pro. There's not any external tool or anything like that, it's just the screen recorder. What project are you most proud of? Easily the Teletubbies one. It's worth noting that I made that huge video months before I was monetized. I kinda find it amazing how I managed to make that video in the first place. Nowadays, I can't seem to begin making a normal 10-minute video without being stumped for the rest of the day. What were the pros and cons of your childhood? A pro is that I have a pretty cool family. But the main con for me is that there weren't a lot of neighborhood friends to talk to. And that's not to say I didn't want to talk to anyone. I mean that there was literally no one in a 10-mile radius that was the same age as me. Do you enjoy your content? If yes, what have made you make them? Kind of an odd question, but yeah, for the most part I do enjoy my content. As for what makes me create them, well, for you guys to see. Though with that being said, there are a couple bad apples in my playlist. Specifically the GTA one. I absolutely hated making that video. It wasn't so much that I didn't like GTA or anything like that, but rather that was the point where I was so utterly burnt out that I really did not want to work on any videos. So as a result, that video kinda sucks. If this YouTube thing blows up, which it should by the way, will you make it your job or pursue another career with YouTube as a secondary job/hobby? It's far too early to determine that. But from what I see, yeah, I think I might just do YouTube as a hobby later on. Simply because YouTube is far too inconsistent to be a stable job. Like some days I do really well with getting over 100k views in just one day. And then 3 days later I just get 20k. It's far too unpredictable, and for that reason I might just end up not doing it full time. What's the most tiring thing in your eyes about being a YouTuber? Great question. Honestly, it's probably the upload schedule. Thankfully, at the moment, I'm not burnt out or anything like that. But nonetheless, it does get a bit tedious when I want to have some free time, only to realize that I kind of have to make something to get by the next week. Oh, and there's also the comments when I make a mistake on a video. Even months after a video with a mistake is published, people still correct me. So I kind of stay away from looking at comments. Can you touch grass? Yeah, sure. Here, let me go outside. Alright, so I'm currently in the city. There's not really a lot of grass here, but I'll see what I can find. Okay, grass. Is there grass up there? I don't know. If I was grass, where would I be? If I was grass, where would I be? Yo, why do cities not have grass? Like, what? This is really hard for me. I don't even play League. Dude, what are they doing? They probably don't even touch grass. On God. Okay, so at the moment, it's kind of hard for me to find grass. I did find flowers. That didn't really count as grass, though, so I'm just gonna keep walking. I don't care about that. Oh my gosh, finally. All right. And that's all the questions that I'll be reading for today. I will apologize to all the delays that have piled up for this video to happen. I've always wanted to do a Q&A ever since I got my 900 subscriber milestone. So if this video is received well and you want to see me make a sequel to this video, then yeah, I'll make another Q&A in the near future. Oh, and before I go, I want to talk to you guys about what's going to happen to this channel following this video. This will be outdated within a few months, but for those of you that are listening in the summer, I'm not going to be uploading any more polished reviews until probably September. This is because I'm going on vacation, and I'd rather not work myself through an entire week making 10-minute videos. So following this video, you're gonna see some low-effort alternative videos that fit my others playlist. And also following September, I probably won't be uploading weekly anymore, since naturally I want to make my videos really long and well edited. But for now, I'm gonna take my long-awaited break and give you guys some short videos for the next few weeks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, Sam Ferreter here, also known as Kiwi Bird Productions. In this video we are going to be talking about a series that was made by a friend of mine called The Feast. The Feast is a short film made by Dat Flipping Tomato 106. If you remember that name, it was because I did a video about him, about how his series was being cancelled. Now instead of worrying about the fact that the series is coming to an end, I'm going to try and do my best and